Namaste and greetings, my beautiful queens. This is extremely powerful spread which I want to show you, because not only lately, not only I want to do the readings for you, but I want to teach you to do the spreads, because many of you already got yourself a deck of cards. You know meanings of the cards. Some of you do. So I will show you, first video, I will show you the example of a real situation and how the spread answered fantastically all of the questions this client of mine has. This spread is called What He Has to Me. It shows his conscious, it shows subconscious, it shows his secrets, fears, doubts, shows how situation really is. And just because on the real example of someone, of a real person, you will understand it better, you will be able to do it yourself at home with your deck on your situation or on the situation of your friend or your client. So let me first show you not just the position of the cards, but the real situation. So in this case, some of the cards I put one card on the question, some of them I did two, and the last question I put three cards to make sure this is what we have. So what is the situation? While I'm gonna explain you the positions, I will tell you the meanings of the real situation, because this is the best way to learn. So what are we having? I have a client, a woman, who wants to know what is going on with this man. It really answers all the questions. So this spread gives the information, and based on this information, this woman decides what she's going to do about it or what she's not going to do about it. So their client, my client, let's call her Jane. So Jane, she had this relationship which was pretty nice, pretty sweet with John. Let's say Jane and John. So they had it nice and sweet, but suddenly he became cold and distant. Okay, he became cold and distant, and they didn't even have any serious arguments, and they didn't have any serious conflicts. It's just a woman wanted serious relationship. She wanted to get married. She wanted them to be serious. Johnny's reaction was very negative. He practically disappeared. He practically, dematerialized. She doesn't understand. Jen doesn't understand what's happening. What is happening? Everything was so nice. Everything was so fine. She just, asked him, when we're going to be together. I want to be your wife. It's normal. But he pretty much disappeared. So she wants to know what is happening, what is going on. So the first position answers the question how he sees her, how Johnny sees Jane. What image of Jane he has in his head, and how he sees their relationship with her. Of course, after this conversation with her happened, and we see the tower. So how Johnny sees his partner, what he thinks in his head about her in this situation, he considers that she destroyed everything. it's something like everything was so sweet, everything was so nice, we were having good time, we didn't have no issues, but she just had to start talking about marriage, togetherness, together ever after having children, and she just destroyed it all. So this is pretty much her fault. She destroyed it all. Tower. He considers that if she just simply enjoyed their relationship and didn't try to pressure him and push him into something else that what they've had, everything would have been fine. So, second position, second question, I got two cards. How he sees her. So, again, addition to this. So, how he sees his attitude towards her, how he saw her, how he calls himself, herself to himself, what he feels. This position can also show his doubts, his fears, or maybe he's idealizing her or so on. You see, each position in the spread adds to the previous. So you have to, why did I put such an angle of the camera? So you can see it all together. Please read the spread all together. So how he sees her, how he calls her, what she is for her, at the very beginning how it was, and we see lovers and phallic symbol ace of wands. So he was ready to spend time with her, to have fun. He wanted, this is sex. They obviously had good sex with each other. He really, if she didn't start talking about marriages and children, he at the beginning and through the entire relationship, he saw her as someone to have good times with. He was ready to meet with her. He was ready to make love with her. He did use her as their love resource, so on. It was nice to talk to her. It was nice to have fun with her, to make love with her. The romance, a lot of chemistry, but do we see any serious cards in here? Obviously, we don't. We see a lovers, okay, lovers, as they are together with phallic symbol. So how he sees her, how he saw her from the beginning and throughout their relationship, how he calls her in his mind, how he's consciously seeing her, obviously, always he wanted to have fun, to enjoy time with her and talking, conversation, maybe even trips together, watching movies, having dinners, making love, fun. But we obviously don't see any serious cards talking about any serious intentions. Let us move forward. So, position number 3, I only got one card. What is his true intention and was and is? His true intention to this woman. And we need to compare it with the cards we already seen. What are the true intentions? Okay? How this man is sincere with himself and with her. True intentions, what we see King of Wands. We connected with Tower, with lovers, and the Ace of Wands. Obviously, we see a man who decides when he wants to see her, when he wants to spend time with her. He comes when he wants, when he feels like it, when he have a sexual desire, because we have King of Fire and we have Ace of Wands here. So his true intentions to have fun based on also satisfying his sexual needs, because he himself, me, myself, and I, but he himself is the main card of this relationship. Me, myself, and I. It's all about him, obviously. Position number 4. Now his wishes, which he hides, his secret wishes, also his subconscious attitude towards this woman, how he will act in this relationship or acts in this relationship. This card also shows what are we dealing with and what are we having. What do we see? Obviously, we see the arcana number 1, the Magician, a man who has one philosophy and one religion, one center of the universe. Himself is a center of that universe. His own religion, only what he wants, how he wants, and also he's manipulative and knows what buttons to press to get the reaction he wants to get. He plays by his own rules. Her only role in this to obey. As soon as she refuses to obey, he's gonna be gone. And we see clearly when we connect all those cards together, obviously we again see the same picture. Man wanted to have fun when he wants it, how he wants it, by the rules he wants. He plays his game. Again, we are having narcissist manipulator here. His own center of universe is himself. Now, next, so what intentions he has, which is going to be connected also with actions. So we already looked at the intentions in each card added to the other. But number 5, here is secret intentions. Here is his obvious intentions, which are connected with his actions. We're looking at the position number 5. Will he act to develop this relationship? Does he want to act to develop this relationship? And again, we compare it with the other cards. What we see, 7 of, what is the, with the light, 7 of Cups. So, really, there is no serious intentions. There is no plans to anyhow move it to where to further from where they are. He doesn't have plans for her, but simply keep it where they are and how they were. Of course, this is not card of goals. This is not card of actions. The game, together with all the cards we had seen, we are having the game which he plays by his own rules. And if she dares to change these rules or try to change it, It's gonna be the end of it. And he is gonna blame it on her because he is an arc. Of course, he never takes responsibility for nothing. He considers that she broke it all herself because she started to want something more he can give her. Now, I got 3 cards for the last position. I decided to do 3 cards to see his love life, his private life, his love life. You can put 1 position. The thing is that the first card I took was King of Pentacles. I'm asking what is happening and going on in his love and relationship life. All right? What is going on? Maybe he's afraid of something, maybe something else. It's a key position. What else we can add to what we have, we already know. And what we have? First card I get is King of Pentacles, because we already had King of Swords here. King of Pentacles is very often a married man. I'm like, wait a minute. I clarify with it was a card number 2. And we are having 10 of Cups. What is going on with his private life, his love life, so-called? This man is married. He already has a wife. And he has 0 intentions to leave this wife. The problem is that this woman, she did not tell me that this man was married. She didn't tell me that. She decided to hide it. But what is the point if the cards show it? The man is married. And again, just like every story about every woman who starts relationship with a married man, she was hoping that he would leave his wife, because I already told you many times, all of them say the same excuses. I'm not happily married, I am this, we're just like friends, we're just like business partners, we don't sleep together. All these excuses are the same. So when I saw it, I have written her in email, Jane, please tell me if this man married, because cards clearly show it. And she had to say yes. So what's going on in his life, which is another reason why this is going nowhere and it all collapsed? He is married already. He has 0 intentions to come out of this marriage. He wants to keep this marriage. And he wanted to have some fun, because I got a 3rd card, which is Temperance. Everything is quiet. Everything is predictable. His marriage is not unhappy. It's a happy marriage. You see the card of happy marriage, but everything became a routine. And because we are dealing with a Magician and a King of Swords, I'm sorry, it's King of Wands, he wanted to have some spice in his life, to have some fun, to find a resource of new emotions and things like this. And this is all he wanted to do with this girl. And of course, Temperance also show another thing as the last card. Temperance show that this was the maximum where this relationship could come to. As long as this woman, Jane, was playing by the rules of the Magician, he would be there. He would come, they would talk, they would travel, watch the movies, and do everything else fun stuff. Then he would go back home. If she kept on giving this to him, it would last for some time. But the outcome, the only one outcome from this, magician ends a relationship when he wants. Magician can get bored and find himself another source of fun and ends it. Or a woman tries to, ask, hey, where are we going? Is it going to be just this way 20 years ahead? So as soon as she started to try to have serious conversation about marriage with this man, why don't we are having so much fun, you feel so happy with me, we are so good together, why don't we keep it life ahead of us, years ahead of us, why don't you stay? I want a marriage, I want children, I want to be your wife, I don't want to be a lover, so on and so on. He just ended it right away, and plus considers that she's the one to blame for a breakup. In his opinion, she should have kept on playing his game. So this is the spread, which is called What He Has to Me. As we can see, emotions, feelings, thoughts, intentions, subconscious, conscious, what's going on in his life, if it has an influence on this story. Very informative. And this spread has 6 positions, as I already said. The number one, how he sees this partner, this woman, how he sees you, or your client, how he sees you, what he thinks of you, or the situation in between you, it shows it all. Then how he sees his relationship with you from the beginning, what it all was for him, how he sees his relationship, his role, what he tells himself, sorry, it's here, the number 3, his true intentions, really what's going on, his true role, true intentions. And we are having here the king. And then secret wishes, intentions, subconscious. We have magician, conscious, true intentions. And then we are having 3 cards, but you can put just 1 or 2. We are having his life, what is going on in his life, in his private life, and if it has any influence over all this. And if you look at the whole spread, like if it was a painting, you can clearly see that pretty much central card here would be a magician, and magician does what he wants, how he wants, and everyone else have to play to his flute. This is the only chance to stay in his life, but unfortunately it ends when he decides. So this is a real example of this spread. In the next video we will do the spread by general. We will see if something what you hear will resonate. Okay, so far this is all for this video. I hope it was helpful and you can repeat it at home and find the answers to your question. Namaste and blessings.